Well, good morning, guys, and welcome to the show. Today we have one of those that I'm so excited about because to this day is still one of the most popular questions we get, and I'm going to show you today the answer to this question. And I know you're like, well, what is it? Well, stay tuned and you'll find out. Chevrolet pickup trucks. Definitely by far one of the most popular trucks on the road. The problem with the Chevrolet pickup truck is the door chime. Number one question, hey, how do I turn down the door chime in my Chevy pickup? Well, you can't. There's very little control for it. In some radios, there is a volume control. You can turn it down. Either way, it never is down enough. You put a little bit of amplification behind it. And the next thing you know, this dinger is dinging you out of the car. Might wet your pants. There's a couple different solutions for it. Mostly if you have a DSP, you can create a notch filter or a parametric filter where you can pull down the frequency that it's chiming at. However, there is one simple way to do it that allows you to integrate into it and keep it simple. This just happens to be a 2020 Silverado non-Bose. It's very common. Let's take a look at it. Has a touchscreen in the dash, pretty well integrated. There is a radio replacement for this, but still, it's 2020. Really doesn't fall in the window of time I want to do it. It has a set of speakers in the dash, speakers in the doors, rear speaker, and of course, because this is non-Bose, no subwoofer. This is prime. Let's update them. First thing is you get into this car and this dingity ding 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 stuff is ridiculous. How do I integrate into this vehicle and avoid that? Let's head over to the bench. This is the Metra Access AX DSP-L for light GM31. Fits 19 and up General Motors vehicles, in this case Chevy pickup. Use QR code on back to specify a vehicle or online at accessinterface.com. There are a couple different versions of the GM30. So there's like a 31, a 32, and a 33. So make sure you get the one that works specifically in your vehicle. Now this is their DSP Lite version, which means it has a DSP, but it's pretty basic in the sense of, if you want to think of it as a little bit more advanced than what would come in a radio, and that it has channel adjustment for the equalization, but other than that, it has time alignment, crossover, all the basic features that you're looking for in a basic DSP. So it's nothing to be scared of as far as integration goes. For those of you that are like, I don't want to, you do. If nothing else, you want to buy it just to do its one feature. Inside the box, you have the module, pretty basic, pretty simple looking, nothing too scary there. This is the T-harness that comes in the box. In this case, it's in the passenger kick panel. You unplug the two main harnesses. These will plug up into place. The two harnesses now plug into here. You have a bunch of extra wiring that the instructions, which are located right here, will tell you. Metra builds a lot of universal ends like this, so some of these will have no functionality. Others will. Always consult the owner's manual to figure out which ones you're going to need to hook up. That it will explain here on page 1, 2, and 3. It also gives you basic installation diagrams. So if you were just going to do this to connect a subwoofer, if you're going to do it to connect a front rear sub, in this case, this is going to be used for 5-channel amp installation, which means I need to get to this here. This is designed to unplug like this. This side is what's connected into the amplifier. Now that I've unplugged the speakers, the next question is, oh crap, this needs a load resistor. In the box is this guy right here. This is designed to plug into here just like this, and on the tip here are the load resistors all set and ready to go. On this side, you cut this off and you can connect your amplifier to here to power up the speakers you're going to be installing. The only other harnesses in the box is this one. On this harness, using your standard colors that we're all familiar with, which is white, gray, green, and purple, driver's front, passenger front, driver's rear, passenger rear, along with the black one here, which is the subwoofer. Front rear sub output. You also have your remote turn on output, which is the blue light. Then there's also 3 extra wires, which you'll want to consult your owner's manual if you need to hook them up for your installation. How this all goes together is there are 2 different size harnesses, and now we can take this into the car and test to see what this thing actually will do. One last thing in the box is if you are doing it for that subwoofer system and your amplifier does not have a sub-level control, they provide one here for you. The amplifier in this car is located way up here, and the passenger kick panel is those plugs right there. These are the plugs that have been removed, gray and a light blue. Plug these in first. With the car on, we can hear that most annoying chime coming from the driver's side of the car. That is because we still have the speakers connected together here. Unplug the harness, plug our load resistor harness in. We're all set. Turn the car back on. We have no chimes. And the reason why we have no chimes is obviously because there's no speakers connected up. We need to see what the chime level is now coming out of our access device, because that is what's going to be going to our amplifiers. To do that, we have a tool. This is the SRM150. It is a little PA speaker. It allows us to take the driver's front output, which is white, and pump it into here. Now we can hear the chime. We want to avoid that. First step is to go to the instructions and download the corresponding app to your mobile device to control the unit, whether you're Android or iPhone. Select Setup Instructions. If you'd like to, you can read how to set up from here, but if you're watching this video, just continue on. I'm going to walk you through it. Configuration, vehicle type. In this case, it's a Chevy Silverado 2009 to 2021. Without amplifier, select apply. I also like to save configuration at this point. In this case, I call it Silverado Audio Control. Select save, yes. Go back, come down to the bottom where it says levels, and you'll see where it says chime level. This is where the fun part starts. You always see turn tick volume. So if your turn signal tick is too loud, you can adjust that as well. We don't get that many complaints about that, but it's there for you to adjust. Going back to our speaker, grab the volume, slowly turn it down. Slowly turn it up. The volume on this is pretty much maxed out. A normal listening level would be about there. As you can now hear, the chime level has been reduced dramatically. We're gonna start with it all the way down just because I hate it that much. Go back to configuration, select lockdown. It should mute. It's gonna get loud again. Don't worry about it. It's just part of what it's doing in the lockdown process. Now turn off the key, turn the key back on. And you'll notice the volume is back down where we wanted it to be. And there you have it. Door chimes, nice and quiet, aren't gonna scare you out of the car. And also you get some basic DSP features built into it. Let me show you what I mean. Crossover adjust, front left, front right, rear left, rear right, and subwoofer with low pass, band pass, high pass, 12, 24, and 30, 60 dB per octave. Equalization. You can group them together or adjust them individually. Delay adjust, take a tape measure, measure from the driver's headrest out to the speaker. So with that unit installed, we have a bunch of features other than just having a basic high level to low level adapter. We have equalization. This is also very helpful if you're just gonna be adding a subwoofer to this. I know it's a little bit more expensive than, let's say, just a basic high level to low level adapter, but by having in the basic EQ pack that's built into this, you can really fix any of the problems you may have with the signal coming from the factory radio for the subwoofer. You can get better bass. But the big win here is getting rid of that god-awful door chime, making it whew, yeah. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. I hope you find this product useful. I hope this answers some of the questions that you have, like how do I do that? Make sure to head over to metraonline.com, see which one of these fits into your Chevy and can solve your problem. For those of you guys out there that have the Bose system and are like, oh man, I wanted this for the Bose system, don't worry, they actually have an interface for the Bose system so that you can do the same thing. The only difference is this will take place of the Bose amplifier, so you will be having to do a full amplification of the system, and it does also have the light DSP built into it. So if you're not planning on running a DSP, which you should always run a DSP when you're taking out a premium audio system such as a Bose, because you're removing their DSP. Anyways, you guys have a great day as always. We'll see you later next time. Bye.